Hello there, welcome to my channel. My name is Sherifat and I'm based in Nova Scotia, Canada. On my YouTube channel, I just share my personal experiences about life here in Canada. Also, I do a bit of immigration because I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant and RCIC. I help you with your visa applications to come to Canada, study permits, tourist visas, permanent residents, work permits, school admissions, where your plug at Green Tier Lips. Okay, so this video is a continuation of our travel to Mexico. We spent 5 days there, myself and my wonderful children. I've done videos on our first 3 days. Here is day 4. Please enjoy.
It's day 4 in Cancun, Mexico, and we are going out for another set of tours with the kids. So come with us.
I don't know why you guys don't like the cinnamon bread. It's so good. Yeah, cinnamon bread.
I think kids have pots inside. I think it's having pots. Hi, you guys. We're in Cancun, Mexico, like we always say, eating a cinnamon roll. We had a buffet. Yeah. We went swimming after they went here. We're just dressing like seeing if you have sugar. We're eating too. Hello. So I got some Jello. This week, usually have the purple one, but I got the red. So this place is kind of like a huge hut. We're going on a bus. Bye. I'll miss you. See you on my mom's channel.
So once we are done with breakfast, we then headed out for our tours. We had a couple of things done on this 4th day. The major one was going on a boat cruise, which was really fun. So the hotel has this bus that they transport us with from one hotel to another. If you have seen my previous video, I'd mentioned that at the package I got, we had access to 3 hotels. We are staying in one and we had access to 2 others. This is the second one. So on this 3rd day, the meeting point was the hotel you can see us at right now. So we all converged, waiting for the bus, sorry, not the bus, the boats, and yeah. So this particular hotel has like a beach at the back of it. So we are at this side of the beach at the hotel, waiting for a boat to come pick us up. And here we were heading to the boats or the ship or the cruise, whatever it is. Anyways, it was really fun. I really enjoyed this day thoroughly. The kids had fun. So the only thing with Cancun, Mexico is that it's very hot. So you get like sweaty. You get like it was really hot. Like it was really hot. That's the only downside for me.
Hola, hello, how are you?
Good, thanks.
Very good. Hello, darling. Hola.
Say hi.
Do you swim good? You swim good? See? You can do snorkeling with me?
Yes.
Nice. Onabanjo.
Sun, that's one. Meanwhile, this thing is not called boat though. They are called catamarans. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Catamarans. That's what they are called. It's not boats. Let me do act like a bush girl. Anyway, so we went on the catamaran to tour. So there's this island called Isla Mujeres. It's somewhere in Mexico. So it's good. I mean, if you find yourself in Mexico, it's a good place to also get to.
Buenos días, chicos. Good morning, my friends. Wow. Chicos, ¿cómo están el día de hoy? How are you today? Okay. Pues vamos a hacer lo mejor. How are you today, my friends? There you go. Vamos para Isla Mujeres. We're going to Isla Mujeres. En el trayecto vamos a hacer snorkel. Which one is the biggest one? No, I don't know. The Great Barrier, Australia. 10 points for you. Free tequila all day long. So, after that we're going to the island. In this island we will have 2 hours of freedom. I remind you, my friends, this island is not just a beautiful beach. We have a lot of culture, history, we have activities for you. It's gonna be a beautiful and awesome day. We're good? Okay, my friends, I'm gonna introduce you my beautiful crew. Les voy a presentar a mi tripulación. Oh yeah. Okay, my friends, I have another sailor over there. If you need anything, raise your hand because he's the fastest guy in all Cancun. Yes?
The ocean got lighter.
Yeah. The change color, you're right. That one was darker.
So before we go to Isla Mujeres, that's the island we headed to, part of the activity that this boat cruise entailed was snorkeling. I cannot even swim in a I can swim a bit, but I cannot even swim very well in a regular pool. How much more swimming in an ocean? So I did not do it. But my kids, Nabil and Nabila, wanted to do it. However, there was a caution that the wave of the water on that day was a bit strong, so Nabila was advised against doing it, but Nabi was allowed to do it. I like on this, I know if you have seen my previous video, I'd mentioned that one of the things I tried to do on this trip was not to put fear in my kids or inhibit them from doing what they really wanted to do. Anything they wanted to do, once I asked the operator if it was safe or if it was, age appropriate, and they say yes, I pray about it. I put it in God in prayer. I hand it over to God and I allow them do it. I allowed Nabi to do this, even though I was a bit scared, but he said he really, really wanted to do it. You know that the current of the wave current was high, according to the operator, even Nabila wanted to do it. So Nabil went on to do it. He was the youngest. Not everybody on this cruise went on snorkeling. Snorkeling is swimming inside the ocean. Like I could not even dare. Even if they were giving me money to do it, I could not dare. But my darling Nabil went on to do it, and honestly, I couldn't be more proud of him. My kids swim. Like since we got to Canada when Nabil was 5, when Nabila was 2, and they've been swimming since we got in here. Fiza, for example, started swimming at month 5 when she was 5 months old. In Nova Scotia, you are able to put your kids in swimming as young as 5 months. So my kids know how to swim. On this day, all the money we have been paying for swimming, in fact, I was so proud of it because it was put to test, you know. And yeah, so that was it. Nabi went for snorkeling.
Okay, you're coming with me, my friend. Let's go.
Hey, hello.
Since Nabil was the youngest, in this team of those that went for snorkeling, even the operators kept asking, "Are you sure you can swim? Can you swim? Can you swim?" So much that they even had to like stay with him. Every other person was on by themselves, but one of the operators stayed with Nabil. They even brought one ring thingy at a point for him just to be sure that he could swim. But he did swim, and they went. They were gone for about maybe 10 minutes or thereabouts, while we the non-swimmers or the one that don't have enough liver for snorkeling, we on the cruise enjoying ourselves while waiting for them before we now headed to Isla Mujeres. It was really, really fun. It was just beautiful to see them. And yeah, I think this made me to say, I have to go and just go back to my swimming skills and perfect it, because I wish I could swim. I may have done it because I'm quite adventurous as well, even though I can be a jellyfish sometimes. But most of the time I'm quite very adventurous actually, and I'm glad that I did not deter Nabil from doing this. He really, really enjoyed it. It's one of the things he enjoyed most in Cancun. A lot of things my kids did that even me, I didn't know I would allow them do it. For example, Fusa went on, what's it called, zip lining. We went on ACV ride. If you've not seen those videos, please look it up. My past videos on that first 3 days in Cancun. We did so much on this trip that even me, I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of my kids. We had the time of our life on this trip, alhamdulillah. So while they were gone for snorkeling, I had to talk to Nabila, apologize to her, why I couldn't allow her go, because they had said the current of the waves was a bit high for her age, and she understood. Maybe next time, okay?
Yeah. I'm not really that bad. I'm not sad.
But if you're a little bit sad, I couldn't go.
Kind of scared. Not really. I just wanted to try.
I'm gonna try. But this is not something you can try. This is
Yeah.
You can't take chances. But it was saying that it's like the wind is very strong. I can't even see my son. Yes, that's Nabil.
Hello, Nadia.
Are you okay?
And to the glory of God, he went and came back in peace. Honestly, my heart was literally in my mouth from the time he went until the time they got back. But I'm glad, I allowed him to it because he really, really loved it. In fact, when he got back, they were like people just hailing him because he was the youngest, right? So he got like a round of applause once he got back.
Hello, Nadia.
Your head one. Good job. How was it? Thank you. Thank you. Was it fun though? Yeah, really. Scary? No. Not scary at all. Was it fun the other day? Tired? A lot of work?
We have a lot of history. Do you know why is it called Isla Mujeres? ¿Saben por qué se llama Isla Mujeres?
No.
When we discovered the island in 1517, we discovered a lot of little statues with their pregnancy, okay? So this is a very important island all around the world, my friends, and one of the most beautiful ones. Second point on the island is the first lightning of sun in all Mexico every morning gets in the south point of the island.
So we continued our journey to Isla Mujeres. So for this trip, you had a choice to either book a tour, another tour on the island, or you just go to the beach and just do like free stuff. Well, I chose to do free stuff and go to the beach because they're asking for $70 US dollars for each person to tour Isla Mujeres. I'm like, it's okay. I have toured Cancun. We are good. We'll go to the beach and tour ourselves. We just walk around. So what happened is you get to Isla Mujeres. So like half of the team chose to go on the tour, the paid tour, and half of us went to the beach. I just went around Isla Mujeres. Because let me also mention that we paid for this boat cruise. I mentioned that this package I got was all inclusive, the hotel accommodation, the meals, and some tours. Not all tours were inclusive. So for this one now, we paid for this particular tour. Each person paid, so I didn't want to pay extra again for another tour in Isla Mujeres, because really even the time we had was about 2 hours or so. I just felt those 2 hours was enough to go to the beach and then tour the island on our own.
So animals in the water, like shark.
Not like big, no, sorry.
What do you see? Like small fishes.
Fishes, different type of fishes.
So
I'm not sure. I think
so you
I
put
saw.
your head inside the water.
I'm not sure. I think
So
I
you
saw.
saw the deep of the water. Go, 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 go.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm
It
not
wasn't
sure.
that deep. It was like just a few.
I'm not sure.
I mean, maybe I've seen them, but I've not spoken to anybody as Nigerian.
Yeah, as soon as we got off the flight, we met this guy.
And he has been so helpful, like
He's been so helpful.
telling us.
I've saved you cost.
He has saved us a lot of money.
Cost. Because it's quite expensive there.
That's what he told us.
That's,
you know?
yeah, because you guys met him, right?
How much did you guys fly for? Take the taxi from the airport to.
So our airport give us also give us a free airport pickup.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Okay, your
that's good.
package. You get one package,
yeah.
yeah.
How much did you pay from the airport?
So if we didn't meet him, it would have been $100.
Or $80, something like that.
$80. It was $1.
Huh?
Yes.
It
$1.
was like,
You don't say.
let me show you. Yes.
You've been here before, I guess?
No.
The first time? Okay. It's our first time as well.
You're doing a good job.
I know, with three children.
That's what you are doing, you know.
How are we coming here? Are they giving us free jewelries?
I don't know which kind of, that's part of the wayo.
So when we got to the island, the tour guide took us to a jewelry shop, in case we need to buy jewelry. I'm like, I'm not buying jewelry, but I did like some window shopping around the store. And once we're done with that, we then strolled down, just went and then went to the beach. So from where we stopped, from the catamaran to the beach was about say 5 to 7 or 10 minutes walk actually to the beach. I think this beach is called Playa Note. I'm not sure, but I think that's the name. So this is our third beach in Mexico. We went to 3 beaches in total. We toured 2 very well. The other one was like just at the back of the hotel. We didn't really like do much there, but I showed you the one we went to first. And this is the third one. It was really, really nice. We spent some time here. The beaches here are quite clean. The water, the ambience, it's just so beautiful out here in Cancun, Mexico, and Mexico as a whole. If there's any trip I look forward to, if there's any country rather I look forward to going to again, is Mexico. Even this morning, almost 3 months after we went to Mexico, my kids are talking about Mexico. If it's like, can you go to Mexico tomorrow? I'm like, it's not. If it was that easy, I'll be going to Mexico every day. It was such a beautiful experience. I think in all my vacations, like in all the places I've visited, Mexico is a place I look forward to going to again. For me, when I travel, once I've gone to one country, that's it. I want to go to another place before I want to go to that one again. That's how me I want to do. But this one, I don't mind going to Mexico again and again and again. I think we only scratched the surface on this trip. There's so much more in Mexico. I understand that we didn't even get to do. Even the little we did was mind blowing. Like I had a wonderful time. Honestly, I'm so grateful for this trip. It's something that would remain in my heart forever and ever. I'm glad I was able to create these memories and have this much nice time. So like I said before, we are here for 2 hours. So they told us to be back at the catamaran by a particular time. In fact, some people that did not come, they left them. They left them behind. Though they didn't leave them on the island, we just went to eat. So they came to meet us where we ate. I think they took like a cab or something to meet us up. So once they give you a time to meet up at a particular place, you have to stick to that time. Else, just your jailen. So comparing this beach with the one we went in Cancun, that one is called Playa Delfines. That's like the biggest beach in Mexico, in Cancun, from what I understand. It's the biggest, it's the most beautiful, most popular. It has more amenities in terms of like facilities. Like in this one now, we had to pay like rent, all those tents. But in Playa Delfines, the one in Cancun, the popular one, we didn't have to pay. There were free sheds if it's available when you get there early. The free restroom, free bathing area where you can bathe after you swim. So this is what I was talking about. This thing we're on, we had to rent this one in this beach, but in the other beach in Cancun, we didn't have to do that. So that's the difference. But it's a beautiful. I think because it's on the island, it's a smaller place. I don't know. Maybe that's what they used to maintain the beach, But that's the difference I saw. The other one we went in Cancun was bigger than this one, and we spent much time in that one because like it was like almost like half day we spent in the other one in Cancun, but we had just 2 hours here, so we had limited time, so we didn't really tour the whole beach. Maybe there are things that I did not see sharp, but that's what I observed. So we headed back to the boat area so we don't miss our ride back. Before we went back to Cancun, we went to a restaurant to eat. And the good thing about these trips, these tours, is that they always include lunch in it. So that's the good part. So once you pay for a tour, most times from my observation, it's always, they also always include your meal there. Because honestly, after the touring, the beach, everything, we were tiring. We were tired and hungry. So we headed back to a place called, I think, Mugs, I can't remember, something Icebox, Mexico. It is a top in restaurant on that island. So we went to eat. But see how relaxed we were. At the point, I even forgot we were on the water. Like, I became that. Even though I have phobia for water, I'm very scared with water. But on this trip, like, I was a bit relaxed. Like, I let my guard down. Like, I didn't like allow anything she had to inhibit me. I enjoyed myself. My kids enjoyed themselves. We just had a time of our life. We just put everything in the hands of God. God, we are here. Protect us, take us back home safely, and He did just that for us. So we just relaxed and just enjoyed the trip. Another thing I loved about Mexico is that food is not a problem. When they tell you that they're going to feed you, they will feed you to stupor. Like, food is not a problem at all. Like, they always had varieties. You'll be wondering, this money I paid, this, like, all this food is inclusive. Like, that's one of the things I enjoyed about Mexico. Like, food was not in any way a problem at all. So we ate, we were full, we were okay, and then we headed back to Cancun. At this point, we were all so tired. Like, everybody was tired. Then let me also mention that I love the people on this but that house is, I heard, is for like the richest person on that island. Very big house. My phone had gone off at the time we passed that place. It was very big, beautiful, like mansion on the island. Anyway, so on this trip, I love the people we were with. Like, they were like, it was good vibes. We were dancing at the point. Everybody was just jolly. I made friends. Aside the Nigerian couple I met, I also met some other people. They're just so very lovely. Sometimes on the trip, when you have people with good energy, positive vibes, it just adds to the experience, right? Anyways, I love that about these people we went on this cruise with.
Okay, my friends, this is the end of the day. I hope you had an amazing time. Yes. Sincerely, it's very easy to work with people like you. Thank you very much for your energy, my friends. Keep being nice, okay?
So when we got back to Cancun, the hotel, my kids asked to go to the pool to swim. So we just stayed by the pool side, have some snacks. So this thing you're seeing here, this food is snacks in Mexico. Aside the lunch, there's a snack station. You can go and ask for snacks, and they serve burger and pizza and drinks, all kinds of drinks. Like I said before, food was not a problem at all in Cancun. Even in Canada, burger and pizza are like main meals for people. But in Mexico, that's our lunch, I be our snacks. So Nabi went to help us get some, while because I was tired at this point. I just said, please help us go and get, and he went and got some for us. That's the good thing about this trip. My kids were quite independent and mature on this trip. They were very helpful. I was able to do a lot of things for myself without having to bother that, I have young kids with me. So it made the trip enjoyable for me as well.
So it took forever. What happened? Because they were taking forever to do. Oh, I want your chance yet. I want you to buy in bed. Mother, you can't bed. People were many that they were.
Oh, sorry. Have you taken mommy?
Yeah. But if there's no pork, tell that not to put there. Be careful to go out on TJ. He's there like he was lining up things. What is it?
This is the fifth and the best liquid I've drank in Mexico.
Yeah.
I drank water, Coke,
Fanta,
seawater by accident, and then this.
it's really nice. Mango smoothie. Water. I feel like just water.
So this hotel pool is very big, and they have 3 different pool sizes, for all age groups. Another beautiful thing about this hotel is that it has like play area and another room like you can play games. So you're able to leave your kids there for a number of hours while you go do something for yourself. I'd say that this trip was supposed to be a solo trip for myself alone before I then added my children on the trip. So I was able to also do like a solo, kind of activities for myself that I'll show you. Like I went to do massage, facials, and I left the kids in a safe spot, in the play area where they had people that were like, looking after them.
Mommy! Mommy! Mommy, I started!
Yeah, that's fine.
Mommy, you can swim! Mommy, you water tap pudding.
So as part of the package I paid for, I got a complimentary facials, and I went to do that, and that felt good because honestly, you need that facials if you experience the sun in Mexico.
Relax.
Aside the free complimentary facial, I also got coupons for discounted, massage service as well with my package. I felt that was good, service. They just did all they could really to make our stay very wonderful. The accommodation, the customer service, the food, the drinks, the tours, the experience in all was quite impressive, I would say. I mentioned that they had a room or an play area where kids could be kept for some time when you had your me time. So it felt good having some me time for myself. It felt good taking care of myself without having to bother about my children for some, at time. It was quite safe. The whole country, the city itself felt really, really safe. Sometimes you go somewhere and you feel unsafe. In Cancun, I felt very, very, very safe, honestly. So it made because traveling with kids can be very, fearful because you are out there in a foreign country you've not been to before. You have nobody there, you know nobody there with young children. But after a couple of, the first, second day, I felt more relaxed. This is my second time going on a trip with my children by myself. The first time was in 2019 to the US. In fact, we went to 5 states in the US. We went to New York, we went to Maryland, we went to Washington, D.C., we went to New Jersey. Where else? I think we went to 4 or even 5. I think Delaware or somewhere. Anyway, and I mean, I felt if I could do it 5 years ago when they were even younger, why can't I do it now? And this one was even quite stressless because my kids are quite independent. My youngest child is 5, she was 4 at the time we went on this trip. But they were like very stressless. They didn't give me a hard time at all. They could take care of themselves to an extent. It was only few that I was like paying more attention to because he's youngest, right? But Nabila, they were quite independent. I'm even happy that I went with them on this trip because they even made the trip more fun. They added color to it because some things, if I had gone alone, some things that we did, maybe I wouldn't have done it. Nabil is quite adventurous. Likewise, my other kids. So they added, they gave me more ginger to do stuff. So taking them along was really, really a good idea. And I'm also grateful that I was able to do solo things for myself while being with them for a mommy and kids vacation. So this trip served two purposes. So it felt really good. And once we are done, so this was day 4, like I said, and this facial is recommended to be done if you are sure that you won't go under the sun again, or if it's your last day in Cancun. It was the day before our last day. I knew that the day 5 we had nothing serious planned. My plan was to go to the third hotel. And I had mentioned to you that we had access to 2 other hotels aside our own primary hotel. So we had toured the 2 hotels, it was just one left. So my plan was, the last day, before we go to the third hotel, experience their facilities and things like that. And luckily for us, our flight was in the evening. So we had like almost the whole day to talk and come on the 5th day, which was the last day for us, and that felt really, really good. So in my next video, I'll show you our last day in Cancun, what we got to do, and how we rounded up our trip to Cancun and where we went to next. Okay. This was a wonderful, wonderful experience. After the facials, I felt good because honestly, though we came back darker than we went, and we came back with face burn, but memories were made, for sure.
Done with my self-pampering. So we do facials and massage here. So I'm off. I'm done with that. I'm going to meet my kids at the playground. We'll go for dinner and then we'll go back to the hotel. That's it. Yeah, this bump, so many insect bites. So this bump, all our bodies is full of insect bites in Cancun.
So once I was done with that, I went to pick up the kids and we went for dinner. Like I said to you before, food was not a problem at all in Mexico. We ate and ate until we could eat no more. And they had various options. There were Italian, there was Mexican, there was intercontinental, there was regular dishes, but they don't have fried plantain, like even in Canada, you at least find plantain in restaurants. They had plantain, they had even regular food that you eat. There was pasta, there was rice, was really nice. Anyways, we now went back to our hotel. Like I told you before, there's a bus that takes us around, a free bus shuttle that takes us around. And that's the nightlife there. That's the streets, bubbling, the clubs around and things like that for those people that, do the nightlife. And Cancun is very big when it comes to tourism. It's big on the nightlife as well. And yeah, we went back to our hotel. Can you believe that the kids still went to the pool in our hotel? And like I told you before, our hotel is small, serene, very calm, not noisy. We loved our hotel a lot. So we always look forward to going back to the hotel to sleep after we've had like a busy and touristic day. And then the kids went to the pool. I'm like, me, I'm tired, though. I'm not doing any pooling again. But they didn't stay long there, they just went there because they like this pool. It's small, it's very, very nice. Yeah, it feels very homely. Like it's a small pool, like you can, experience, on a personal level. And we got that on the cruise. There was a photographer on board and it took us these pictures which I like and I paid for them and I bought them to Canada. That's like a souvenir. I have one of it, on somewhere, and I keep seeing it every day that I pass around the living room. It reminds me of Cancun, Mexico. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, share. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you in my next video by God's grace. Thank you. Bye.